We're live. Call it. Dana, can you do the roll call, please?
Councilmember White.
Here.
Councilmember Cook.
Here.
Councilmember Fairley.
Here.
Councilmember Osborne.
Here.
Councilmember Thomas.
Here.
I make a motion to approve the agenda for this evening.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, number 4 is presentations. Do you have any presentations? No. Okay, number 5 is discussion. The waste management contract.
I think she's got a presentation.
No.
Well, does she want to do it as a presentation or part of the discussion?
Part of the discussion.
Okay. We go either way. I'm easy.
Tonight, we're flexible.
Flexible, yeah.
Flexible.
Well, I don't know if flexible either. Okay.
We come tonight and kick off a conversation about our contract. I'm Laura Moser. I know I just went around and introduced myself to you all again. I've been with Waste Management for 29 years. And as I've heard, there's some displeasure with Waste Management and the work we're doing in the community. And I really wanted to get feedback, hear what the issues are, and see how I can be a better person representing WM for you. Conversation started. And one of the things I did was put together this fast facts, just a few items that are, excuse me, in the contract that I think are just worth, and it is set to expire October, that should have been 31st, not 312, 2026. So it's a 10-year contract, and there are, excuse me, two-year mutual extensions beyond that expiration date, and it would be under the same term, excuse me. The services that we're providing in Algona, we do every other week recycling and weekly garbage, and everything is collected on Thursday. Just the 1 day a week that had been a request in the current contract that it's handled that way. And the composite of each other, and then the garbage, of course, is every week. We offer a senior discount rate of 10%, and, excuse me, we just allow people to self-report that to us over the phone. We don't have forms to fill out or ask to see a driver's license or anything like that. Their cart to the curb themselves. Again, that's a self-report. We just let people tell us what they need. We also do an annual spring and then again on November 7th. And we also do no charge collection services for city facilities. We offer a lot of public education materials on our website. We do a mailing every fall that includes some guides circled on there also. And then we offer welcome packets to any new residential customers, which basically is the same thing that we mail to you. Excuse me. And then we do have the mandatory garbage collection, but for the most part we keep collecting. So it's
I got a question with that.
oh,
So
already.
what happens
Okay.
if you don't have garbage cans set up at certain residents that are supposed to have?
Well, if they're not signed up, then we don't have that, right? Like the drivers have a tablet, computerized tablet, that lists all the service addresses that are active, that they are supposed to be picking up.
So isn't there supposed to be some kind of way to notify the city that these customers are not having their trash collected?
Well, right now we're providing a list to the city, 30-day bucket, 60, 90, 120 days with no pay. So you can kind of see current customers in that area, but if somebody doesn't call and sign up, we don't necessarily just make them.
How about the 10% senior discount?
It's on there, it's available, but when you say advertise,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
notify your customers that there is a 10% discount if you guys are senior citizens.
Not right now, we don't know.
That's the first I heard of it a couple weeks ago.
Okay. It is available.
What is the age for the senior
I
discount?
think it's 65.
You qualify just barely?
Our last discussion, I thought it was 25%. Anybody?
Senior discount?
Yeah,
Sorry, I was taking notes.
yeah, I guess.
Say it again, she didn't hear you.
From our last discussion, I thought it
For garbage service?
Garbage, yep.
Because our contract says 10%.
I can't speak for previous actions, so I'm not sure where the disconnect is there, but we'll definitely figure that one out.
I can use that.
Yeah.
Right? You can all use a little break.
I've been paying you enough years.
Well,
Didn't know you had,
So my question for you is on the 2-year mutual extension with the 100-day, 180-day.
mm-hmm.
So is that at the current rate and the current service? Or would
It's
it-
at 180 days. I would imagine that's 180 days from the, prior to the expiration date of the contract. And I would guess if there was not a mutual agreement to utilize the extension, you probably would want to know before that. Because it's kind of in the environment of RFPs right now. Used to be about a year ago. I wouldn't recommend getting it down to the wire.
the last 180 days?
I would think you'd want to make a decision prior to that.
Okay.
My understanding is that what is to keep waste management when you have a renewal, not a renewal, but is it stated in the contract that if we do an extension that it is for sure going to be at what our current rates are?
Well, it's the current terms and conditions of the contract, so at that time, like we do, CPI every year on the service portion of your rate, that would still apply. The King County disposal increases, that would all apply. All the existing services under the contract would.
I'd like to see at least 27% increase just in the King County side of it.
Yeah, I don't know
So
what's going
that's
on
all.
in King County.
Would council like me to read the senior discount code?
Sure, if you have it there.
Yeah. So it's chapter 8.04.050, regulations regarding garbage and refuse collection to provide for the public or its residents. And down on subsection E, offer a discount of 25% from the normal charge to subscribers who are age 65 or older and or disabled, provided that such persons are the legal owner or tenant of their residence and that their combined disposable income from all sources does not exceed the housing and urban development responsible for certifying to the contractor that such applicants conform to the specified criteria.
And I believe that's what your code says, and I know our contract says 10%, so again, I don't know the disconnect.
Laura, can you remind me when the contract was implemented?
The contract started on November 1st, 2016.
Okay. And this code's from 1997. Okay.
There was back and forth with, representation from the city and then WM, so
Absolutely.
I don't think it was an intentional.
No.
The 10% discount, is it, as that says, the 25% your income has to be less than X. Does the 10% discount on your contract have anything on it that is just flat?
It's just an age, there's nothing to process that kind of paperwork. So, I did call and speak to Dana a couple weeks ago, I think it's been, because I noticed on your city website you had an application to find out about that and to say, gosh, it makes sense to me instead of letting people just self-report. If you guys have a list and you've got qualifying criteria of customers, if you provided those to us, we would just do the discount to those customers right away. We do that in other cities, so verify low income.
How do I get a senior discount?
Just call us and ask us for it.
Okay.
I can actually take care of it for you too, and make it just that much easier for you.
I will give you a call.
Okay,
Take that too.
make that two, okay. Anything else I need to put on the ticket?
I'm not old enough.
Me neither.
Bill's not old enough either.
So then can that go retro? Trying to help you out, Linda.
Anything else around that? No?
No.
I think I just threw some stuff in here about our customer service because we have evolved and changed so much in the last 8 years. We have gone to a very, it's not we've gone there, but this model of self-serve. So we've found that customers really like to do things when they like to use their phone. So we've created technology to help people self-serve. A lot of this started back when the pandemic hit, and we had to take all of our, and that meant for the company to get all the technology that they would need, whether it's, computers and access to confidential private information. And they made all that happen, within several weeks, and we moved them all to a work at home situation. And I think a lot of businesses saw that same sort of thing. We're faced with it even today, trying to keep people employed. And so the technology and the self-serve is another way to allow people to take care of things themselves without having to speak to somebody. And so on our potential customers effective April 1st, 24, this is just a snapshot on April 1st of the residential customers here that are utilizing an online profile. So they've gone online, set up a profile, told us how they want us to communicate, automatic payments, and so this just breaks it down for you. You have 710 or 80% of the residential customers. And you have a mix. Some just are signed up for auto pay, some are just signed up for paperless, some have both auto pay and paperless. So it's just kind of an interesting, this is a new tool we have. I think this is only the second month that I've seen this. And no, I'm not saying we don't have people answering the phone, because we do have people there, because I understand there are folks that want to talk to somebody, and there are people who want to have a conversation about something that's a little more complicated than reporting on the website. We have a WM Northwest, excuse me, Algona website page, and it shows you on there, this is a snapshot of the top of the page on the website, all the different ways you can get a hold of us. So you can click on the email form. I'm in the process of putting a form a customer could fill out, and if they wanted to change their service level to try to make it a little easier, you can just click on things. This is also nice because on our website, you can see we have the Google Translate on there, so you can take anything on this website, and on this drop down, you click whatever. We have the phone, we've got chat, we have a live virtual assistant, so you can go on and you can go on there and chat whatever your problem or issue is, and you get somebody live to work through it with you. So again, this is just technology and ways that we're trying to expand and adapt, both for our customers and for internally, trying to find ways to keep people engaged.
Well, I like talking to real people.
Okay, I appreciate that. No matter the circumstance.
No matter the circumstance. I'm still a paper and pencil guy.
I am too.
You know,
can see right there.
it's the only way I can keep track of stuff, But I do have a couple complaints about the service,
Okay,
and every week after garbage, go to the corner and 200 feet down, and I pick up a 5-gallon bucket of trash every week.
may I ask the road?
And then down First Avenue, east, west, for a couple hundred yards.
5-gallon bucket of garbage.
And I've been doing that for, let's see, I moved there in 96. They just wave at me, none of them go out and pick up the trash because they know I'm gonna do it, so.
May I ask a question? Have you seen it coming off of the truck ever, or?
Well, Thursday morning when I come home, it's there. I mean, the common thing is they're emptying the trash.
I'm just trying to narrow it down to figure out.
If there's trash in the middle of the week, I pick it up. I have a 5-gallon bucket next to my garbage cans with a set of pinchers.
Well, and I will definitely bring this back to operations, because one of the many things our drivers are responsible for doing is when they're dumping, I don't care if it's garbage, the recycle, or your yard food waste, if they spill, or even if they come up and there's already spillage on the ground, they're supposed to pick it up. I mean,
Well, because
there's
I
probably some
got
that
a
just,
pile of grass sitting on the lawn, or on the road in front of my house where they dumped the grass
really, okay.
last Thursday.
Okay, see, that narrows it down for me. I can find your service, and I can track it down to the route and to the driver.
115, yeah. Yeah.
Because those trucks have cameras on them, right?
It certainly do, yeah. And so that's the other nice thing with some of the technology that's going on with WM is, not only is it starting, and it would trigger, if there was a sudden stop or something happened, it triggered saving that drive cam, and that went to the route manager for review and then discussion with the driver. Technology on all of our trucks. And so it is videoing them driving down the road, stopping, collecting carts. We can see what's being dumped. It's really, the idea is to take the driver's attention off of on the ground, and it's to help them be safer in the work that they're doing, but it also allows us to send customers video footage or a photo if there's a dispute over anything. So
The photos ain't that good.
windshield off, you can't see anything, or
It's the pickup camera, that's not very good.
the pickup camera.
On the bottom, the side where they actually close the can.
Yeah, because I got two. My can, the lid wasn't clear, it was open or closed or not.
Okay.
So I have to pay the $12 because I can't find it.
Well, I think if it's for video, I think that can be disputed. I mean, because there is really no proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the point. I mean, we'd have to go out of our way to prove that it was shut.
Well, we
That
should be
should have been-
providing the evidence.
Well, I know, but that,
Yeah.
if it's not showing something, why set it, why charge them?
I agree with you, and that, again, it's something I'm glad to hear from you about these situations, because now I'm going on it, your address,
Yeah.
your address.
Well, if it costs $12 for the thing, and I spent 45 minutes on it.
I'm assuming that's extras.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I spent 45 minutes trying to get it. I mean, because you make it so hard, you can't call and talk to somebody and they say, try the chat. The chat sends you the link to the video. The video doesn't show you nothing but a dirty camera, and then you turn around and you at a time, and I said the video doesn't show, and they try the video, send the link again. I mean, it's just a giant circle of wasted time,
I apologize for that.
and you can't talk to a
It
person.
shouldn't be that way, that's not the
Sorry.
intention.
No, I wanted to ask you a question. So $12 for having an open can?
Serious, that's.
I'm serious.
That's a complaint we get a lot from our citizens.
Yes.
But I never got that, and I know that my
This
can
or
has
this.
been open, so I've never, that I know about. My wife pays the bill.
I think it's either one.
Now, I know by recycle is always.
Recycling's free?
Well, it's not free, it's included with your garbage service, but,
I know once a quarter we get the filter for our furnace and we put it in there, and I know that causes that recycle lid to be open.
in
And as far as I
recycling
know,
like that,
that's where, I ain't been doing it the way it puts it in there. I just drag it to the street.
your old filter,
Never received, as far as I know, received that $12.
that's for garbage only, and it's not recycle at all, because the recycling is included with your garbage, and recycling is unlimited. And right now, the default cart size is 64 gallons, he'll swap it out for you. You
Is there
can
no
also,
cost to that?
No, you just, if there's charge for a bigger container.
not in recycle, if you, not for recycle.
No, I'm talking about the free.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, garbage
yeah.
there is, definitely. But I wanted to ask about, because the garbage, the lid on the cart should be closed. Because that's the, whatever size you subscribe to. But if the lid is only open this much, that's not, up pretty far to fit in an extra bag on top. And so if you're getting complaints from people about that, let me know, and I will investigate that, because that's not right. I will also go back internally and figure out, excuse me.
Well, it should be pretty easy to chase down, right? I mean, you could look at all the $12 charges and then go back and see, well, waste management, right? So they could run a report and say, hey, it'd be an easy way to,
Definitely, I hear you. There's a way to figure it out. Yes, sir.
Another question. Suppose there's residents to one side of the street. Well, that's what this gentleman that lives right across from me, and we discussed it last Thursday. He said, I don't see why I gotta bring it over to your side. I said, I don't know. And I think it's only started within this year.
That's on Third Avenue North,
Okay.
and on the west side of Third Avenue North.
And I said to
That
him,
should not be,
that should not be.
100% that should not be.
Guess what? Just,
The address, and
No.
again,
I don't know his address,
I know
but
you
I know
don't,
mine.
but when I know a specific address, I can track it down to the driver that's running the route on any specific day,
Mhm.
so.
Well, that's,
And I can figure out who's doing stuff like that, because we don't even want our
I tell you
drivers
what the best thing.
cross. Yeah, it's, like, we stopped, drivers even crisscrossing many years ago for safety reasons, right? So when drivers are collecting, they collect one side of the street, and they have to turn around and come down and collect the other side, they're not allowed to go back.
I think what they've been doing on my street is backing in and then coming down, and their lift is on my side, and so
It's usually
it's
down
easier
someone's side.
for him to lift.
I'm not, and I know I'm not disagreeing with you, I
Yeah.
just know that we shouldn't be telling the customer to drive their cart across the street so they can pick it up. That's it,
Okay.
I know that's not correct.
Well, you'll probably hear about it next week.
That's fine, I wanna hear about it.
A couple of operational questions for you, may or may not be able to answer. How do they, guess this is where I've witnessed the litter coming out,
Okay.
is when they act,
Okay.
and it tends to throw, especially on recycling days, when you got the papers and stuff that come flying out. Got that going on, and also how does that seal up on the top? Because when they're driving down the road to head towards the transfer station.
But I do know when it's dumped in the hopper of the truck, they're supposed to pack it. And so that's supposed to pack into the body of the truck. And I think, I'm trying to remember, there used to be, I call them like eyelashes, kind of up there that's supposed to be his load. That could potentially be why material is falling out, but he shouldn't see that.
As he's driving down the road, but he's not gonna stop, especially on a fast road down the freeway.
Well, he's not doing everything he should be doing to ensure that his load is secured.
And waste management's not alone. I see it in all of them.
It's a pickup truck, right? Like there's always something
And new construction cannot have natural gas for like furnaces and water heaters.
Oh, wow.
Vehicles, how they gonna convert all that over to gas and electric when they start getting
That's a
rid of all
great
the
question, and I
gas.
definitely can't answer that one.
Okay, I was just
I,
curious.
the only thing I know is that the company has been exploring, and in a lot of R&D phases with electrification for collection of the weight of the truck, the load, and any kind of distance you have to drive, how long that electric charge will last, creates all kinds of issues and things. But I know the company up there, the folks up there, they're all investigating that and have been looking into that for some time. Because it's something we're seeing more and more even in the RFP, electrification of their collection vehicles and or, a delivery truck or a route manager truck. So we do some of that in the city of Seattle right now. But no collection trucks yet.
Anybody else have any questions? All right, thank you.
Yeah,
We appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. And I sincerely, I really would like you to call me if you have any kind of issue with anything. And I'm gonna look into all the things that were brought up tonight. There you go.
Got your number now.
Memorize that number. So, I mean, I want to hear about stuff like this, and because it's the only way I can even attempt to go back and fix things, or ask about what's going on in operations. I know the mayor has the route manager out here, and the drivers, and the mayor, and trying to resolve what the issue is with the customers. So I would like to follow up with all of you. I've got the senior discounts I'm going to take care of right away, and I can email you that information with maybe some internal meetings just for the future to keep up to date on what's going on in waste management, maybe other issues that come up that we want to talk about.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Number 6, audience participation. The city council encourages public participation in meetings of the city council issue. The council ordinarily takes non-agenda matters under advisement before taking action. You are also invited to comment on action items as they are considered during the meeting. Individual speakers will be limited to 3 minutes each in addressing the city council. When addressing council, please speak clearly, audibly, and state your name and address for the record. Meetings adjourned 6:37.
Thank you for your service. How's that?
What's going on?